Parenting takes the patience of Job. As a child, especially the smaller ones, can be quite demanding. Insistent little beings who can drive you crazy till they get their way, but as my wife always says, you cannot negotiate with terrorists. You may be parents already or planning on having your own children in the future. I have so far survived raising 6 children and my wife running a home daycare for 9 years. I have found 3 keys to keeping your wits and being a more patient parent and keeping a routine, maintaining age-appropriate expectations, and when all else fails, laugh. Routines are vital to any household. Whether you have 1 child or 10, children need to know what is expected of them, and they need to have the security of knowing what's going to happen and when. In the morning, my wife and I are able to feed, clothe, and get 6 kids out the door in an hour and a half before school. We start by waking the younger 2 at 6 a.m. They eat breakfast and get dressed and on the bus by 6:45. Then we move to the middle 2, same routine, but starts at 6:20, and the oldest 2 at 7 a.m. Without a set routine we have in the morning, our stress levels and theirs would be through the roof and patience would be out the window. According to Ruth A. Peters, PhD, in the article Patient Parenting, she states, stick to a routine as much as possible. Mornings and evenings seems to be the most stressful parts of the day. Set up a strict get ready for school camp schedules, get dressed, brush teeth, and eat breakfast, as well as bedtimes, rules, in bed by 8:30, read a book, lights out by 9. And there's no point in setting up schedules if you don't stick to them, especially the routine to be followed, and your kids will be more compliant. As important as routines and schedules are, as well as your expectations need to be age appropriate. Expectations must be age appropriate. You can't expect a 1-year-old to hold their bladder and stay dry in underwear and expect a 2-year-old to sit in timeout for 5 minutes without fidgeting. It is unrealistic, and you are setting your child up to fail and setting yourself up to become aggravated. Gary Walters, a psychology professor, says our expectations and behavior can be out of line with what our children are capable of developing mentally. Do not force your expectations on your children and in turn reduce their self-confidence and increasing the feeling of insecurity. Lastly, at the end of the day, if no one dies or loses an appendage and all that, it's a win, so laugh at the crazy antics that come with your children. Laughter, as they say, is the best medicine. There will be moments that could truly test your patience, and in those moments, all you can do is laugh or lose it. An example, my wife was pouring a bottle while our 1-year-old grandson was crying in the car seat while we were driving. One minute she's pouring the milk in the bottle, and the next she's pouring it all over her lap. She didn't spill it. She was distracted trying to calm him down and unobservantly poured a decent amount all over herself. She could have easily gotten angry, but she just laughed for a few minutes. She laughed at herself and at the situation because honestly, what else can you do? According to Zen Habits, how to become a patient parent, just laugh. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves that no one is perfect, that we should always be enjoying this time with our kids, and that life should be fun and funny. Smile, laugh, be happy. Doesn't always work, but it's good to remind yourself of this now and then. I hope you all can incorporate the methods covered in today in your lives and find yourselves being more patient. Remember, schedules are lifesaver and really benefit parents and children's expectations. Should be realistic without setting your child up for failure. And laugh often. Just remember, your children will grow in the blink of an eye, and all the bad will be distant memories. Remember to laugh at yourself. You can't take life too seriously. None of us will get out of life anyway.